Background jobs power almost everything in modern application, from syncing data to sending emails to publish content to clean up tasks running silently in the background. But when system scales, the way you handle the background jobs can either keep your app fast or completely bring it down. So I am Noor Mohammed, working as senior software engineer. Today I will walk you through why many teams move away from traditional cron jobs and adapt dedicated background job schedulers, and how this dramatically improves performance and reliability. What background jobs actually do? Background jobs are tasks that run outside normal user requests. Common examples include daily sync processes, one-time schedule tasks, repeating automation jobs, publishing workflows, cleanup and maintenance tasks. Users don't wait for these jobs, they run quietly in the background, and as systems grow, the number of these jobs grow very fast. So what's the problem with traditional cron jobs? At small scale, cron jobs work fine, but as application matures, teams often faces issues like cron jobs scanning large part of database, complex queries running all at once, loud spikes every time cron executes, making systems slower down, extreme pressure on servers, poor retry handling, and to be honest, there is no built-in job tracking on the cron jobs. When you have hundreds of thousands of scheduled tasks, they quickly becomes a performance nightmare. Server slows down, queues back up, user feel the impact. So what's the solution to this? We should move to a dedicated job scheduler. Instead of running massive schedule scripts, modern systems move to job-based background processing. The idea is simple: break big scheduled operation into smaller ones, isolated jobs. So what each job has. Each job handles a single task, runs independently, has its own retry logic, can be scheduled precisely, can be tracked and monitored. And if in worst case a job failed, we have their own retry logic. So rather than queuing the whole system and getting data of our own choice and then filtering it every hour, we simply run jobs which are independent and can run entirely independent, isolated from all other jobs. So there are different type of background jobs. In a well-structured system, you typically have multiple job types, such as daily singing jobs, one-time schedule jobs, regular recurring jobs, like the jobs which are performing the same task for some user repeatedly, publishing jobs that run at specific time, like monthly reports, progress reports, your 3 months data, and all other reports that run after a specific interval of time. Cleanup jobs, these are the jobs that run themselves to remove the garbage from the database. There are also jobs which creates follow-up jobs, like their task is when their assigned task is completed before they die or before they are totally removed from database, they create some new jobs where they do some other tasks. This makes the system flexible, predictable and easy to scale. So why these jobs and how they reduce the spikes of servers load as compared to our traditional cron jobs? The biggest improvement comes from eliminating heavy batch cron logic. Like when we are in cron job, we try to scan complete database, then filter out the data based on our filter, then get some data, then do some processing, and after that we run a simple job. So a simple cron job scan a massive database, but in scheduler jobs, many small targeted jobs doing specific work. Like this leads to lower CPU spikes, faster execution, less database pressure, better DB handling, better precision, better fault isolation, and they have their own retry logic. Complex schedule function becomes simple background tasks. So moving from traditional cron job to some job scheduler, it actually makes our apps work fast, irrespective of how our system or our user base has increased. The job schedulers handle all these things very efficiently and reliably. So what's the major difference between the traditional cron jobs and our latest job schedulers? The traditional cron jobs lacks in automatic retries, job uniqueness to avoid duplicates. They are failed to track which jobs have failed. They cannot control concurrency. But our major job schedulers can actually automatically retry a job which failed it can also delay the execution. We can also make job unique, so for each user and for each type, uniqueness in a sense that we have only unique job for a user for some specific task. They have control concurrency, like if you want to repeat a job fortnightly, you can easily change your next runs and they run at the exact specific time you have mentioned. So these are the things for like control execution, failure tracking, and uniqueness. For these, cron jobs are never designed. So what my thoughts on this? I am not saying that cron jobs are bad or they are old fashioned or like thing, but cron jobs are great, but for simple and smaller system. But once your application scales up, the algorithms need to scale too. Like when you have millions of users, there are multi-millions jobs for your users. Like if for some user we have 10 scheduled jobs, then our count of users raised to 10 million, then our number of jobs hit to 100 million jobs. So at that point, if we rely on simple cron jobs, your system will die, or your system or your server will go spikes and they cannot handle that pressure. So at that point, a normal job scheduler comes in and they perform the task. So benefits of scheduled jobs are they improve the performance, they simplify the logic, reduce the load spikes, increase reliability. So you can say the background jobs using job scheduler is one of the biggest upgrade for your backend when your system scales up. So that's all from my side about the background job and how from moving from cron jobs to job schedulers, how it affects our system and how it helps when our system grows up. Thank you. If you have any question, do comment. I will answer you all. Thank you.